going live. We're going live. I don't know if it's live yet. It says it's now streaming. Hello, friends. I am just waiting to make sure that this actually is live. So I've got the stream over here. There it is. Yes.
Hello, friends.
All right, cool. Let me just tweet this out. Hello. And then I will share my screen and we can do all of this stuff. Okay, All right, one moment. Almost there, almost there. Oh, I tweet a lot. Gee whiz. Where's yeah. Here we go. Okay, tweeted, and now I'm ready to go. Okay, sharing screen. And we only have 37 now. I knew it. I knew that switching the Zoom meeting, we'd lose a bunch of people who were just like, I'll just watch the recording. If that's you, well, that's fine. That was my bad. All right, here we go. We're sharing screens. This is a GitHub action for my website, and I'm going to publish something right now. I've got a commit hanging out. We're going to push, and this is going to pick up on the GitHub action. And oh my gosh, what is that commit message? What is this? That's the announcement right there. Ah! So it takes about 10 seconds to actually publish this for realsies. But if you just guess the URL, or if you just have been watching my commit messages or commits, then you would have seen that I am going to help you build better websites with Remix. So here I'll refresh now. Boom, it's no longer a draft, it's published officially. And now I've got a tweet that I'm sending out and another tweet that I will send out here in just a second, actually. So yes, I am going to be working at Remix. And as I talk about in this blog post, my entire goal, my mission in life for the last, since I became a developer, was I wanted to make the world better through quality software. And I started teaching really early on in my journey as a software developer. Because I felt like that was the best way for me to learn really well and solidify my understanding, and also to magnify the impact that I can create in the world of the web. And it's worked. It's been really effective. I've had thousands and thousands of people have learned how to build better web experiences through the things that I've taught. And that has just been really rewarding. And so I'm thrilled to be able to continue doing that. The thing is that when I built Epic React, it was awesome that I could teach people how to build really high quality React websites. But the problem was that I was working outside of the house. Reactjs.org would sometimes have either outdated or just plain wrong recommendations. And I would have to fight against that and say, hey, like, I know that the React docs say this, but that's outdated or whatever. Listen to me. And or people would go through it and I would be like, I know that there's a better way for people to learn from total ground zero. They've never learned React before. I know that there's a better way to learn React, but they're going to the React docs because that's what they should be doing. Please make sure that you keep yourself muted. I'm hearing some background noise. And so, yeah, and that's fine. I'm not going to like work on the React team just to work on React docs. I'm not super into working for Facebook or Meta or whatever it is. But it was always like in the back of my mind. Well, when I worked on my website, my total rebuild of my website with Remix, I was just blown away. And I realized that I couldn't teach people how to build React sites any other way. If I did, it would be me teaching you like the second best way to build React sites. And that is ridiculous. Why would I do that? And so I realized very quickly that I need to teach people how to build Remix websites. You know what? I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm not sharing anything in particular. So I'm just going to talk big face. I wanted to teach you how to build Remix websites because I knew that would be the best way for you to build web applications, build really great user experiences and not be ashamed of the code that you wrote to get there. And so when I started thinking about this, I shared that with Ryan and Michael and said, hey, listen, I'm pretty much just going to teach people how to build Remix sites. That's all I want to do. And of course, I also have Epic React and testing JavaScript, and I want to teach TypeScript. Like there are a lot of things that I want to teach, but remix is like the thing that I want to teach people how to do. And so I didn't want to like be coming in from like outside the house in. I wanted to say, hey, listen, I'm building, I am in the house. I am teaching you from within Remix. I'm the official like mechanism for you to learn Remix. I have some say into how people who are just barely learning Remix learn Remix. And I'm going to be doing this as a dad, and my son is knocking on the door right now. So hold on one second while I go talk to him. You have to go out, Mom. I'm recording right now. There are people on the screen. Okay, can you go say that? There we go. That like my wife, I think, went to the bathroom for like 2 seconds, and he's running down to ask if he can play chess, which of course I said yes later. So yeah, I talked with Ryan and Michael about it, and they seemed like, hey, yeah, we've got so many things to do. It'd be really great if we could just take all of this onboarding stuff and the docs and everything and hand that off to you, and you can just go crazy with it. So one way to think about this is Ryan and Michael and the Remix team are sponsoring me creating free content of Epic React quality material for Remix. And so for anybody who's like, oh man, I was kind of hoping for an epic remix.dev, that's what you're getting, and it's going to be free. I'm going to be building these really awesome lots of variations of different content. There will probably be podcasts and live streams and meetups actually. So here, let me send this tweet. I am also starting a meetup that you're welcome to join remotely or in person if you're here in Utah. And if you're interested in starting your own Remix meetup, get in touch with me and I will help facilitate that. And so yeah, we'll be doing all sorts of really awesome things, and I can't wait for you all to be able to do this and to participate in this amazing framework that I really appreciate working with. And so yeah, that's it. I'm the director of developer experience at Remix, and I couldn't be more thrilled and excited to keep on going with the this, I don't know, like the progress of making the web better by teaching you how to build quality software with Remix, which is the best way I know how to build quality software in the world. So that is everything that I have to share with you. And I'm happy to answer any questions. I'm going to look at the Discord here because I imagine some of them are coming, and I'm going to share my screen again so that you all can see what I'm looking at as well. So yeah. Yeah, it's too late to update that. Sorry. Thank you, friends, for helping each other. Let me just see. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it was a matter of time. Yeah, like everybody thought that I was working for Remix before now. And I actually, this commit does also update the transparency page to say that I am employed by Remix. So still trying to be as transparent as possible. You know, I forgot to add a comma there. Whoops. I just noticed that. Yeah, so totally, I am now officially Remix. You can take everything that I say with a giant grain of salt if you want to, but the OGs out there remember that I was this excited about Remix before they started giving me money, when I was giving them money. And I honestly, I couldn't be even more excited as really awesome new things are coming along. So, okay. And we've got that. Let me just see other questions. The kid's amazing. Yeah, he's great. Yeah, that transition. Yes, thank you all for the nice words and everything. I didn't even see it coming. Yeah, okay, cool. Oh, right. Yeah, there is I need to update Epic Remix also. So if you go to Epic Remix here, and actually this is, whoa, it's Epic, or yeah, redirector, Epic Remix. There we go. I actually had initially made this redirect to this URL right away, but some people noticed, I think. So I changed it back. But now if you go in like 2 seconds, maybe like 4, if you go to epicremix.dev, it will take you to the blog. Oh man. Oh, that's right. I broke it. I changed the URL. I'll have to fix that. Anyway, yeah, so you'll go to this blog post and it will pop up saying, I'm working for Remix now. And eventually it'll go to the Remix docs because that's where you can get your Epic Remix. So anybody who is looking for Epic Remix, you're going to get it. It's just not going to be in the form that you expected. Is there an NDA? I have not signed an NDA, but I'm also interested in the company being successful and stuff. And so I'd probably check with Ryan and Michael before sharing anything that is privileged information. Yeah. Yeah, I guess there are no other questions in here. Does anybody have questions in the Zoom that you're interested about? Okay, here we go. Planning to create any open source content or course regarding Remix? Yes, pretty much. The way that I've always worked is all of my content is open source. I don't have any content that is not open source. I really like that, and that is even more the case with Remix, because like our goal is to get people very successful with this framework. And so yeah, 100% planning on everything that I work on with Remix to be open source. And like I said, I'm going to be live streaming a lot, and I won't need an ice pack to do it anymore, because I'm going to get my new M1 Max chip, hopefully. And then I'll be live streaming like a lot with Remix. And I will also, so I'll still have my channel, and I will also have the Remix, the YouTube channel as well. And so the plan is that I will do like high volume, maybe low, non-curated, I guess I should say, content on my channel. And then I will have curated and like, well, this is the plan right now, to like have bite-sized lessons and that sort of thing on the Remix channel. That's the plan right now. May change, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. Okay, any non-Remix content in the future? Not really. Everything that I do will tie into Remix in some way. So even if I do say, okay, like here's how you, like if I write a blog post about TypeScript, it will be something that will help people who are working on Remix sites. Like, so yeah, pretty much. Like, and in fact, on this blog post, or where I'm introducing this, I talk about, or I have a frequently asked question for Epic React and testing JavaScript, because everybody's going to be wondering about that. And yeah, I have no plans right now to make updates to those anymore. I know I said that the plan was always to get those updated, and that was the plan until I signed the offer to work at Remix. And so like I had been working on it, and you can go to the next branch of any of the Epic React repos, and also the changelog issue, and you can see any of the changes. All of it is TypeScript, and there are a bunch of exercises and stuff that are improved and whatever. But yeah, they're still available. You'll always be able to have access to them, just as we promised. And I fully expect that people will still want to buy these to learn React and to learn testing. But if you want to learn Remix, then I've got something better for you. It's free. And that's kind of the plan there. Yeah. Do you plan to write an article explains difference between Remix and everything else? Yeah, eventually either I or other people, or maybe all of us, we can all experience this together and create this sort of content, which I think is valuable. And like, it's constantly the #1 question by everybody, like, how is this different from what exists already? Like, that's always the question, right? So yeah, I probably will write a blog post about how this differs in the future. And I know that we are also planning on putting together a comparison demo. So Gatsby and Next both have their own like demos for like, here's why our framework is so great. And so we're planning on potentially rebuilding those in Remix, so you can see a like actual comparison of actual code and stuff. And so, yeah, you'll look forward to that. Honestly, I wish that we didn't have to do that. I'd much rather be able to just say, Remix is great, and let me tell you why I love all of these things, and then you make your own decision. But everybody just wants to have a comparison, and so we'll give people what they want, I guess.
Hello, Kent.
Yeah, hey, Marcos.
How are you doing? Well, I see you're doing good, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm great.
First of all, congratulations about this. Yeah, I know this will help you with basically helping everyone make the world better through quality software or whatever your motto is. So I'm pretty excited about it. Looking forward to learn a lot from it. I have one question. So there is definitely stuff in Remix that overlaps with React, right? Let's say maybe, I don't know, React server components at some point will be part of Remix in some sort of or form. So you will probably still be teaching about those, won't you?
Yes. Yep. Absolutely. Anything that helps people build better Remix sites or better sites with Remix is definitely content that I'm planning on creating. So Remix will absolutely work with server components in the future. That is the plan. And so when that happens, or when it's going to happen, then I'll start teaching people about how to use those effectively with Remix.
That makes a lot of sense. Thank you very much.
And I can also say that it will probably be really easy. Most likely it will be a matter of change this file to include a .server in it, and now you're done. I think that's probably what it'll be, but I don't know. We'll see.
Anyway, we're really happy about you, and congratulations. So yeah.
Thank you, Marcos. Cool. Yeah. Anybody else in the Zoom, feel free to jump in. And I'm also looking here in the Discord for other questions here. So yes, perfect fit. I agree. Yeah, I'm really happy that this worked out. I can't wait to be building content in the house. Like I didn't really think too much about how difficult it is to build content outside of the team of the core creators of the library. Like for React testing library, it was easy to create that content. I could even make changes to React testing library, based on what I was teaching. Like, wow, this is kind of a funny thing I'm teaching people how to do. And so I guess I'll change it. And I did. And there were a lot of improvements based on that too. And so being, it's just a different experience being the one teaching the, being a part of the team that's building the thing that you're teaching. Like that just makes a big difference. So I'm so excited to be able to be a part of this. So what does it mean for the rewrite the Remix site? Epic React I was planning. That is at a standstill, hold probably forever. It honestly, even before I decided to join Remix, it was hard to imagine what Epic React Dev would look like if I rewrote to Remix. Pretty much I was thinking about just updating all of the individual workshops in place as they were with Create React App, and then changing the Bookshelf app to be a Remix app, and that's what we build. And so that's kind of the plan that I was going to go forward with. But there were just so many things that I wanted to teach about Remix. I was like, well, I mean, now that we have a real server, we can actually do authentication, we can do databases, all sorts of cool things, and still not be super complicated. And so I was thinking, well, this is starting to feel like an entire new thing all on its own. And so that's when I bought epicremix.dev. That has now become what I'm doing now. Everything that I do will be a part of that. And there will be a lot of uncurated content that I'm going to be producing through live streams and stuff, but there will also be a lot of curated content that I produce. And that will be like what Epic Remix is. And my goal will be to just make the onboarding experience amazing, really awesome onboarding experience for newcomers. And then I'm partial to the advanced stuff. I enjoy doing content on the advanced stuff. And so you'll experience a lot of really cool advanced topics from me. And I'm still planning on posting on my own blog as well. And the Discord here, I'm still planning on being an active participant in the Discord here as well. So, but yeah, Epic React Dev is still just as valuable to you as it was the day you bought it. And everybody else with the rocket icon here. I know that you loved it and you still love it, and it's still great. You just aren't going to get an update like I was planning originally. And even with the update, it probably would have been a bit of a paid update anyway. So yeah, the fact is that like what you want out of me in the future, because like once you buy Epic Reacts, then that transaction's over. Like I made no promises about anything else coming beyond that. And so what you're hoping for when you say, hey, I hope that there are updates here, you're not hoping for updates. What you're hoping is for a continued outpouring of ways to improve your web app, right? Like what you're looking for is, I want to keep on getting more awesome content like this so I can continue to improve the way that I build websites. You're still getting that. And in fact, you're getting it even better now because I'm going to be producing it for free. And so at least that's the plan. I don't know, maybe eventually Remix will offer some sort of like corporate training thing. But I don't know. I haven't even talked about, maybe Michael's like, what? I don't know. Right now, the plan is I'm just going to be doing all of this stuff for free. The docs material will be, of course, totally free. And so you're getting, you should all be thanking Remix, I guess, for paying me to make this, to give you what you were hoping for free. You were hoping for continued insights and ideas on how to make your web app better. You're going to get that. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, we're using ESBuild. It's awesome. It's so fast. My site of 27,000 lines of code here. Let's do this right now. PM run build. So the first part actually deletes the cache and stuff, and it runs CSS build. That takes the longest. And then I also have a server build that takes a little bit of time. That's also using ESBuild. Here's the Remix part of that. Just over half a second. It's crazy how fast ESBuild is. Oh my goodness. I need an ESBuild for post CSS because that's like that takes the longest time. It's nuts. Okay. Oh, thank you, Lauro. I'm glad that has been helpful to you. You just need to type it with learn. Yeah. So you with this, we're going to have all sorts of things. And it looks like Michael's answering some of these questions as well. But yeah, you simply export a function called loader, and boom, that runs on the server. And actually, everything in that file will run at this on the server. At least everything you export will be used on the server. It's just some of those things will also be used on the client, like your default export, your error boundaries and catch boundaries and stuff like that. Okay. How soon will we start seeing content? So very soon, like I start today. And this is the first bit of Remix stuff that I'm doing. I'm having a very exciting meeting in a half an hour that is Remix related. Very exciting. I cannot wait to announce this, but I'm not going to say what it is, but look forward to whatever I'm about to talk about or meet about in a half hour. But yeah, content on the Remix website. I'm planning on getting, I actually don't have access yet. So Michael, I'd like some access to that, to the Remix stuff. And I'm planning on starting work today or as soon as possible to start getting stuff on the Remix site. Ryan has been working on a rewrite of the homepage. Looks amazing. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad he's getting that done before I show up because he's just doing a stellar job. Yeah, and then I'll be working on docs, blog posts, yeah, we'll be getting my number one priority is the onboarding experience because Remix, they're almost done with the core features that they want to have done. They're going to be launching it soon, or we are. We are going to launch it soon, and so I want to make sure that when it is officially launched, people have just a stellar first time experience. And so that may be in the form of content. It also may be in the form of code changes for like the Create Remix app sort of experience as well. So that's my priority is your onboarding experience as you're getting started with Remix. Yeah, release date. Maybe Michael's answered this, but we don't have one. It's better to not give you a date. I think this is the way I've always done things before as well, where I just say this thing's coming soon and not actually commit to a specific date until it actually is like super close or just surprise you or something. So yeah, no date. All I can tell you is that a few weeks ago, the Remix team emailed all former subscribers, all supporters, and said it's coming in a few weeks. And so that's been a few weeks. Of course, software always takes longer than we expect. And so anytime now, hopefully I have at least a little bit of time to work on the onboarding experience before it goes live. And I know like the Remix team hasn't been like asleep at the wheel either. The docs are actually, as they exist now, are not bad. So yeah, I just need to iterate on that, and especially the onboarding stuff. Am I stop blogging about normal stuff? No, I plan on like, I'm kind of going back to the way things were at PayPal as far as like the extra stuff that I do. And so like, I don't plan on writing anything that wouldn't benefit people who are also working with Remix. Because like, that's all I really care about right now is just helping people use Remix really effectively. And so that naturally will come out of the sorts of things I blog about. But yeah, that definitely includes, what are some of the things I wrote about recently? I think the other day I wrote about errors with catch block with TypeScript. Like that's totally a thing that I use in my Remix sites. And so that's the sort of content that you can expect from me, in addition to like Remix specific stuff or building an awesome image loading experience, stuff like this. That's the sort of thing you'll expect to see on my blog. And then on the Remix blog, I'll do a lot more Remix specific things. So yeah, I'm definitely still planning on doing blogging. Also the office hours, I plan on keeping those up. So every Friday you can look forward to that. Every Friday I'm available. And yeah, there is documentation available. You can Google for it. It's there. Oh, yep, there it is. And it's great, but Remix is still not officially released yet. So, may not work as expected. Yeah, I'll let Michael handle this question. This is more of the business side of things. And I haven't been onboarded into Remix yet. And so I'm not sure how much I should talk about. Yeah, what is Remix? Everybody's talking about it. Remix is great. It's awesome. And it's my job to answer this question. Basically, here's the short version of my, actually, you know what? Let me give you not a short version of the question, just a complete answer in the form of a blog post. This talks about why I love Remix, and hopefully will be a pretty good answer for you. Steven seems to be excited. Aaron thinks I like Remix. This is true. Luis, with Remix and different SSR routes, is it possible to create integration tests that cover a full feature? Yes. As of today, there's some boilerplate involved with doing this. And one of my jobs as a director of development experience or developer experience is to make this better, or see that this is made better. So yeah, depending on who ends up doing the work. But yeah, so having like full feature integration tests, yeah, absolutely. I actually really like using Cypress for my tests for my site. But yeah, the testing story is going to be great because I work at Remix, and the Remix folks, we all love testing and think it's important. And so yes, that is going to be great. Remind. And Thomas was serious wondering what Remix is. Hopefully, Thomas, my blog post answers your question about it. Yeah, thank you, Michael. Woohoo! Okay. And yeah, thanks, Nicholas. That hopefully helps as well. And thank you, Gomanath. Hopefully I said that right. No idea what you're going to talk about. I'm not sure I understand what that comment was about. Okay. Yeah, so it's really hard with Remix at the start because at first Remix was launched as like, hey, we're making software you can pay for, and everybody's like, software I can pay for? What is this garbage? It was a really weird reaction that a lot of people seem to have that. But I was like, been watching all the live streams that Ryan and Michael have been doing, and looking at the blog posts and stuff. And I was super psyched for Remix. And so when it was launched, I actually bought the test license that they published because somebody published the buy page early. So I bought a test license. So I have 2 licenses to Remix. It cost me $1. And then I got the actual one. Like, I was super on board. And so, yeah, I was part of the developer preview. I was in the Discord, so I got like a really good idea of what Remix was. Then Remix announces the seed round, and like most of that stuff has kind of gone away. And so people are now like, how do I figure out any information out about Remix? I don't understand what Remix is. And it's been really kind of difficult to say, well, here's what it is, but you can't actually use it yet. Like, we've been kind of in a limbo. So sorry about that. Yeah, this is my job, is to make this better. And when Remix is open source and everything, that will be a lot easier as well. So yeah. Yes. Estimating software projects. That is not easy. The most not bad docs in the world. It will be much better, I promise you, Tim. Yeah, thank you for that, Stefan. Stefan actually helped implement the designs on my website. So if you like the way that it looks, well, that we had a designer for that, but Stefan made it actually like coded up, making it look like that. And I've just made some changes as we've gone past that. So thank you for working with that, Stefan. Stefan is one of the people to work on the largest Remix app in the world. So put that in your resume. It won't be the largest one for long. There are a couple people in the Remix Discord already working on much bigger ones. Okay. Yes, that is great. Thank you. How full stack? Yeah, so you can implement like, I mean, yeah, so I keep on thinking like, well, it's not going to do this, but yeah, like it sort of can. So like, it doesn't have Postgres or anything built in. Like, you bring your own database. You can implement your own auth. I hand rolled auth on my site. And there's a package called Remix Auth that a Remix community member worked on, Sergio. I don't know if they're watching, but hi, if you are. He's built some really awesome stuff. Task runners, like, I mean, it runs your build for you. I'm not sure what you mean by task runners. It doesn't have like testing built in, but maybe it will in the future, possibly. Yeah, it's not really plugin based. Like, you can't really configure it a lot. So yeah, it's mostly like batteries built in. So maybe I'm missing the core of your question, but hopefully that gives you some idea. Yeah, not opinionated. You can bring your own stuff. Yeah, I just barely said it's batteries all included, and Stefan said it's not, but it's not all batteries included, but some batteries are included, like the build. You don't have to do anything with the build, like, and you can't actually configure the ES build stuff right now. But anyway, it's also pretty new. Like, Next has 5 years head start on things. And so if you're expecting like a Next developer experience, then I'm afraid to say that now it's my fault that that's not what you're going to get right now, but it will get much better. And actually the developer experience is already quite good. So I'm just going to make it much better. Can we use Redux Toolkit? Totally, you totally can. I don't know why you'd want to, because Remix kind of eliminates the problems that make Redux Toolkit interesting, but yeah, you can. Yeah, there's no need.
Ken, it's Tim Dorr here.
What's up, Tim?
I responded just below that to say that no, don't use Redux with Redux.
Yeah, this is coming from a Redux maintainer.
Yes, I will say just keep your hands off of that. Keep those two in separate worlds. Yeah. They're very much designed for different problem spaces. So
yeah, yep. Cool. Yeah, no static generation. This is true. However, there's a tool called wget, which allows you to basically download a website, and you could integrate that as part of your build process to have your Remix server running. You use wget to like download all the files, and then you deploy those files to a CDN, and now you have static site generation with Remix. This is probably as far as I think Remix will go to SSG, but maybe not, and it's not exactly my decision. And so like I can't say, but if it were my decision, that's probably as far as I would go, because and maybe somebody could package up something that's just like a CLI that you run to make that easier to do. But honestly, the best user experiences are built by having a real server. And so, yeah, anyway, Remix will be free. Woo! Cannot wait. It's going to be great. Yeah, thanks, Tim. That's funny. Yeah, so I talked about this earlier, Alan. You can scrub back on the video for my big explanation on Epic React and testing JavaScript and stuff. Yes, thank you, Michael, for answering that. Epic Remix Dev. Yeah, so here, you know what? I got a second. Let's just do this really quick. I just changed the URL, that was all, so we can fix this. So if you go to epicremix.dev right about now, then it will take you to this blog post, and it will have a little pop-up that explains what epicremix.dev is now. Freemix, woo! Okay. Premiumix. Okay. Thoughts on Web3? Okay, well, this is starting to turn into a office hours thing, so I'm not going to address that. If you want to ask about that, Grant, then go to my KCD office hours, or you could actually go to the Call Kent podcast and ask a question right in your browser, record your call, and be like, yeah, I've got a question about Web3, and then submit that recording, and we can talk about it if you want to. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. No test runner. Yes, it does. Where did that go? It just disappeared. What happened? That was weird. Yes, it totally does. You can totally do 100% JS disabled, or what's more likely to happen. Most people don't run around with JS disabled in their browser, but a lot of people run around with a poor internet connection that takes a while to download the JS. And it's really cool that your website will still work, even if the JS is taking a long time to load or doesn't load for some reason. And that happens all the time. So your site, you don't have to do a full page refresh to try and reload the JavaScript again. You just use it. A full page refresh will happen naturally because that's how the browser works. And you continue to use it, and error and validation, all that stuff still works. Haha, that's so great. I love it. Okay, single sign-on authentication. Yeah, I'm sure it is. I don't know anything about that world, but I can tell you that people have told me that Next.js authentication is really difficult, and Remix was much easier for them. For me, Remix authentication, hand rolling my own was like not difficult. So yeah, I'm guessing SSO will be easier as well. Remix is also very abstractable, so you could probably build a library that does this, and everybody could just use that. Or maybe even Sergio's Remix auth library does this already. So okay. Micro front ends. This is a very interesting one. I'm not sure how it would work. I'm sure you can make it work. There's probably nothing stopping people from making this work. And it's possible that Remix may even make it easier than before, but I don't work with micro front ends at all. But I do know that a friend of mine who does work with micro front ends recently joined up and started working with Remix. Where is he? Yep, here he is. So he's going to be working with Remix. He knows a lot about micro front ends, and I'm hoping that that he can help us answer or figure out what that is like. Okay, where am I? Oh yeah, join the Remix Discord server. Totally do, because it's great. Oh, and fun fact, we also have a shortener, a URL shortener now. Remix as, haha, Discord. So there you go. Ta-da. So that's fun. Okay, let's see. What else did I miss? Any benefit for a developed product in React, client-side, typical REST, migrating to Remix? Yes, so much benefit. And Girish Sorry, I think I'm saying your name wrong. Please feel free to correct me. Yeah, so I'm talking about a bunch of other stuff. Yep, all of that stuff. Heart, eyes. Yes, what he said. It's great. Okay, and with regard to what I'm going to be working on, one of the things that I'm going to spend a lot of time on is helping people who are using React Router get over to Remix, because it basically involves upgrade to React Router 6, move some files around, install Remix, and boom, you're done. And then like over time, you can migrate slowly to move more of your data fetching requirements over to loaders, and your app will just get that much faster and better user experience. So yeah, definitely going to be talking a lot about people doing the typical client-side network request stuff, moving it into Remix. Yeah, no worries, you're good. Okay, we're using Tailwind, React Dev. No, I'm not planning on updating anything with Epic React or testing JavaScript in the future. It is possible that I will. Who knows? Like maybe 5 or 6 years in the future, it's possible I'll come back and be like, all right, let's do Epic React again or something. I don't know. But yeah, you'll need to learn Tailwind on your own. And I did, and it's great. And Emotion is still good. Like it's not like it's a bad thing. The thing is that with Remix, all of the problems that led us to solutions like CSS and JS with Remix are not really present or much less painful. And so for that reason, I don't really recommend people use CSS and JS with Remix. You can, it's possible, but I don't know why you'd want to, because you're making a lot of compromises when you do that for some nicer development experience, which you don't really need as much with Remix. So, and then also Tailwind is just, it brings a lot of really awesome constraints that I really appreciate for having a consistent UI. Okay, create Remix app. This already exists. So yeah, the onboarding experience is going to also be awesome. When is Remix going open source? You should link that to Remix around. Oh yeah, well, we're going to do this Remix as thing since it's like, I don't know, how many characters is that? 1, 2, 3 characters shorter? Maybe that's not enough. Maybe we should just do Remix run and have a bunch of short URLs off of that. That might be easier. I'll think about that one. Okay, yeah, when is Remix going? Yeah, oh, go ahead.
Another question that I just came to my mind. I just joined Remix, the Discord server. And I was wondering, like, I see there is some React Router DOM stuff in there, and there is obviously Remix stuff in there. So what's Remix nowadays as an organization? Is Rich UI still, or is it planned to be migrated under Remix or something like that? Or
yeah, I know the answer to that question, but I'm not sure whether. Okay. I guess my hesitancy probably answers it, but yeah, you can ask Ryan Florence. I don't know whether he cares that people know, or Michael is here too. Maybe Michael can answer. I don't know whether they care that people know what the plan is there. But awesome. I think you'll like it. So
yes.
Yeah. Cool. How does Remix compare? I'm not going to do comparison stuff right now. We're starting to get into like lots of questions that I plan on answering. Oh yeah, sweet. There we are. Answering here soon. So like through all of the work that I'm going to be doing. And so I want to start getting to those things soon. Yeah, real time will be handled by Remix probably in the future. But right now, you can totally use Remix with WebSockets on the client. Like there's nothing precluding you from doing that. And it will, I don't see any reason why it wouldn't handle WebSockets well. In fact, I have a feeling that it handles it very well. Okay, Ryan just messaged me, Reach UI will come over and it'll be awesome. So yeah, that's what it is. That's the answer. Yeah, and it's going to be great. In fact, it's going to be so great. Because so Reach UI will stay as awesome as it is, where it's usable by everybody and we all love it. I use it everywhere. It's accessible. Awesome. On top of that, we're going to start working on Remix intelligent Reach UI abstractions, where it's another component that uses Reach UI under the hood, but also knows about the rest of your Remix app. And so imagine a world where you could say, I've got this country selector because we're like sending money to people in different countries. This is what I worked on at PayPal. And the countries come from some API. Maybe like certain users can only send to certain countries or something. So we have to hit this API. Well, before Remix and Reach UI and what we're planning on building, you'd have to like use Reach UI and then have a bunch of use effects to call APIs and whatnot. With Reach UI and Remix together, Remix UI, I don't know what we're going to call it, but it will, you'll be able to just say declaratively, here's the fetcher URL for the country data, and it'll just like populate everything. It'll be amazing, really declarative. You're going to love it. I can't wait. Like, just imagine if your components had a server component. Yeah, that's what Reach UI will be. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. It's so cool. Okay. Yeah, Remix laptop stickers. I have a box of like a ridiculous number of Remix stickers. I've given out probably 1,000 Remix stickers to the conferences that I've been to already. So yes, many Remix stickers. Yes, so many. Okay, I've got my meeting in just a few minutes, so I'm gonna have to wrap up here in just a second. Most exciting feature I enjoy working with. The client and server interaction is amazing. I just love being able to say, oh, you know what? I'm just going to do this on the server, and now I can do all this other stuff too. That is awesome. Like just being able to say, this code is here on the client, and now it's here in the server, and it's all typed still. Yeah, that is phenomenal. That's probably my favorite part. But there are so many other things. Nested routing is awesome. Yeah, the way it handled CSS, like I could go on forever. Okay, MDX bundler is great. Yeah, you may get an MDX bundler tutorial. It's probably lower on the priority list, but like the onboarding experience, part of it is like some of you want to learn how to build your own like custom blog with Remix, and so MDX bundler will be like at the end. Because you probably shouldn't be reaching for MDX bundler for a blog that has like 6 blog posts or something. Remix has MDX built in, as Tim is pointing out here. And so if you don't have a ton of blog posts or whatever, just use that. But if you want to build a blog like mine or like really content heavy site or something, you want to use MDX for being able to put in interactive bits in your blog post, then yeah, MDX bundler can help a lot with that. And so there will be some MDX bundler stuff probably, but I have to prioritize like all of the things that we're going to be doing. And MDX bundler is probably not like the top on the priority list, but it's up there. It'll probably come eventually. HMR is not currently supported by Remix, but eventually it might. Live reload, that is already built into Remix, and that works out really nicely. I actually prefer live reload over HMR because I feel like I can't ever trust a HMR. It's just too complex. So, yeah. Oh, it has HMR support now? What? Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't. Does it? Maybe what you're looking at.
No, it doesn't. I don't know who said that. No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it's not yet, but it feels like it because it's so fast.
Yeah, that's right. That's the thing, right? Like HMR is kind of this buzzword that people think like, oh, well, I wish it was hot. I wish it was hot reloading. But when your production bundler takes 500 milliseconds, live reload we found in most cases feels really, really great.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to deal with all of the, like there are actually quite a few edge cases to deal with when you're doing real hot module reloading.
Yeah.
I think the place where it really, really shines is not actually in React most of the time. It's when you're like tweaking your CSS. Yeah. So anyway, we have some work to do there, but no, we don't have real hot module reloading right now.
Yeah. Cool. All right, that's it. That's all I've got time for. I have, like I said, a meeting that is definitely remix related, and I can't wait for you all to find out what this is about, but I can't tell you now. So yeah, it's going to be great. This is so sweet. Definitely jump in and aboard the remix train for the meetup and stuff. Go check out the last couple of tweets that I just tweeted about that. And you can totally join remotely. Ryan will be there. I will be there. Michael said he might fly out to be there in person. And so that would be sweet. And it's going to be awesome. It's going to be sweet. And if you are interested in doing a remix meetup in your local area, then let me know and I will help facilitate getting you going there. So that's it. Thanks everybody. And I'm just so glad, like seriously, really glad that I'm able to do this. It's a startup, and with every startup comes a degree of risk. And because of the support that I've gotten from all of you with Epic React and testing JavaScript, I can take this risk. And I feel like the world would be better for it. And so I'm glad that I have this opportunity. And yeah, I can't wait to see what the rest of the future looks like with Remix. Yeah, thanks everybody. We'll see you later.